Hi everyone, welcome back. Nails by Sora. Hello to all of my subscribers. Hello to anyone that has seen a few videos but has not yet subscribed. Please do so. Hello to anyone who's new. Basically, hello to everyone. Hi, how you doing? I'm Stephanie. Nice to meet you. Today is going to be a bit of a haul. And I was originally going to say that it's a mini haul, but my credit card would beg to differ. So I got quite a few goodies from Zillabeau, which I'm going to open on camera. And then this is from Nails by Dev. I've got some new brushes. And I've got a highlighter and a shadow gel. I did already open these. I have not used them yet though. And I've kind of been delaying with some of my caricature nails. I haven't really been in the mood. I've been quite busy. I just started a new job. I'm going on vacation next week, although by the time this posts, I'll probably already be back, which is depressing. But basically, this is just a shading gel, and this is a highlighter gel. So I don't think did I actually open them? I think I did. But I'm assuming it's more like a milky white to overlay for obvious purposes to create highlights. And this is probably going to be a semi-transparent black to do the opposite. So I'll play with those and I'll show you them when I actually get back to doing some of my nail designs. But I wanted to get some other brushes as well. I have the micro liner and the slim shady, and I figured I'd try some of her long liners. So this is the Hella Cute liner, and I actually like how this cover is sealed shut. So it has a nice little cover on it. I'm going to put that with the others. And then this one is the 9mm liner. So this one actually comes with a cap. But I'm going to keep this little plastic tubey thingy as well. Or at least until I lose it. Much like my mental state. And so moving on to Zillabeau. Most of these brands I have not tried. Zillabeau is a company in New Jersey that's basically not a warehouse, but like a supply center. They carry lots of different brands. But I wanted to get a refill for my DGel because I'm running low on my builder gel in the pump. Actually, there's like nothing left. I'm a little surprised at the size of it, because online it looks a lot larger than it is. I guess it probably has more in it than it seems, but I thought that this was really cool, and I'm sure other brands do it. I've seen other pump action gel bases before, but I love the fact that it comes with refills. You don't have to buy a whole new container, and you just open it up and you squeeze gel into into the container with all of your might, which I guess I'm not as strong as I thought I was. Fast forwarding starting now. All right, so it did actually fill it all up. I was a bit concerned that for the cost, which I think was like $27, that it wouldn't fill up the container. I'm actually a bit concerned that I might not get the lid on because it is right to the brim. But let's just push it over the edge. Why not? Let's see. Yeah, that's a problem. stupid is as stupid does. Maybe I shouldn't have taken all of it out. All right, let's see what we're going to do. Well, that was a massive dose of stupidity. I got gel all over the place. Don't do that. Don't fill it up to the top. You know that the inside of the lid has to press down into the gel. Stupid me. Yeah, just stupid me. But it's refilled. I put some of the excess gel in this gel bottle that I got on Amazon. I have more in a clear container that I put in a inside of a box so it doesn't cure until I can figure out what to do with it. And now I'm just cleaning up the mess. Because, yeah, it's that kind of video, I guess. Moving on with sticky fingers. Ow, cut on my finger, alcohol. Okay, moving on to something that I hopefully won't do any damage with. I have not used Fiote before, although I've seen them in other YouTube subscribers that I follow. Katie Datura is one of them. She uses them all the time. And all the Korean channels that I follow also, they use Fiote, which is not a surprise. It's an Asian brand. Sorry, still trying to get some of the gel off of my hands. So this one is, what's the name of it? BB03. It doesn't have a name. They do have names. I actually wrote down all of the colors that I wanted. I will link everything down below in the store. But everything is in Korean, and I don't read Korean. And I don't have my notebook right next to me, so we're just going to go with the number designations for now. This one is CP05. They're the Get Light series. I wanted to make sure I got colors that I don't already have. I don't really have any yellows, at least not these very pretty spring pale colors. This one is CP08. I love how they're hexagons and they fit together. I do have to find someplace on my shelf for them though, because it's otherwise occupied. Maybe I can put them, I wonder if they'll fit. They do. They fit nested in with my powders, my dip powders. Give me the pretty green. This one is KC07. Oh, that's Fiote. We're going to hold Fiote. Not Fiote, sorry, F-Gel. F-Gel. The last of the Fiote. And this one is SP05. So I'm wondering if there's any significance to these being shiny bottles and these being matte bottles. I mean, the colors, as far as I know, don't dry matte. You need to have a matte top coat on it, but I am going to swatch them in a bit. Right now, just gonna open up the bottle. And one of the reasons why I love these bottles is the color is the exact same color as the bottle. So you know what you're getting just by looking at it on the shelf. So we're gonna swatch those in a little bit, but I'm going to finish opening up my other goodies. Moving on to these paint palettes by Myth Miller. Huh. Well, that's crooked. Which is going to bug me. So these are cake gels for professional. I'm not a professional. professionally certifiable, but I am not a professional. Give me my scissors. My magnet wands were magnetized to my scissors. Open. I broke a nail today. I was not happy about it. I chipped it right there at work. And that's actually a corner that was already broken, and I've been filling it and extending it for the past few weeks because I didn't want to change out the nails. And I guess I filed it a little too thin last time I redid my nails. And yeah, it broke off. Wondering why that one was in a box and these two weren't. Not that it matters. Save paper. But I love these. I've never used them before, like I said, but they're very similar, I would assume, in consistency to Light Elegance with their glitter gels. So we'll see. I'm going to assume it's not going to move much in the case, but we'll find out. And I'm going to swatch them as well. Let's see, shall we? Shall we? Yeah, it doesn't move at all. Does it? Is it moving? No. So yeah, that's going to be really interesting to play with. I'm interested to see how it applies. I guess it's more like a pudding gel consistency. That's actually very similar to one of the Light Elegance colors I have. Let's see. You stay there. Is it this one? Or is it this one? Oops. Yeah. This one has a little bit more, I'd say, pink in it, more of a rose gold. This one's a little bit more straight pink. Or I should say this has more red in it, and this one's more pink. I don't speak words today. I don't. That one went there. This one's fun. I still haven't played with it. So many products, so few nails. So I opened those two. Let's see this one. Heap. Pretty. So this one is CA037. These, I absolutely know that they have names. But like I said, I'll have to put them down below. This one is CA004 and CA029. I'm assuming CA stands for cake. Can you have your cake and eat it too? That is the question. Moving on to Fiote, which I actually do have a couple bottles. One. I have one bottle. And I haven't yet used it because I don't think I realized that it's a syrup gel. And I haven't found a use for syrup gels in my manicures yet. And yet, I bought another syrup gel because this one was just too beautiful to pass up. It's completely going into the wrong season for it, but I'm going to use it anyway. It's beautiful brown, semi-transparent, slightly thicker consistency. That's why it's called a syrup gel. So that one, that's that one. Again, I wanted to make sure that I chose colors I didn't already have, and likewise, I didn't want to choose similar colors from different brands, which is why I went for, I picked the colors. I did searches on the Zillabeau website and just basically looked for specific colors, irrespective of the brand. I was really looking for a beautiful sage color, and I think that fits the bill most definitely. And these are fully opaque colors, as you can tell by the difference in the jar. This one is semi-transparent. This one is full opacity. Another brown. This one's 28. knocking things over, going into the last color. So I didn't pick as well as I thought I did. Oh well. This one is 83. Let's see how close those are. Yeah, they're pretty damn close. Dang it. All right, well, maybe I will do a giveaway at some point. We'll see. We'll see which one I like most. So that is the haul. Like I said, I am going to swatch it for you. Beep. So let's get into that right now. All right, so I'm going to be doing this on, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. I'm going to be doing this on my nail stands because I don't have any swatch sticks left. I haven't swatched my gels or dip colors in quite a while. Actually, I haven't really bought. I'm gonna go in color order. Let's do that. I'm gonna go in color order. And I'm going to do Fiote on one and From the Nail on the other. But, what was I saying? Yeah, I haven't bought any new dip powders in quite a while because I have so gosh darn many. And I don't use them as much as I should anyway. I tend to do more gel designs and polishes or manicures. So polishing and talking at the same time, not a talent I apparently have. But yeah, so I haven't, I ran out of swatch sticks and I think I had just enough to do whatever powders I had to swatch, and I haven't bought any since of either the powders or the swatch sticks. So I may have to look into doing that because I don't want to waste my tips on just swatching. But I'm doing this color, which I thought was more red than it is. We'll see what it looks like after the second coat, but even with the first coat, you can see that opacity, which is quite amazing. I would still, for strength purposes, always do at least 2 coats, but that's pretty cool that you can get that full-on opacity with just 1 coat. Rainbow order we said, so going on to the yellow. And because these are so opaque, I'm going to do a 90-second cure, just to make sure it cures all the way. This one's a little less opaque. Which is good because I hear, or I have heard, that yellow tends to be a bit difficult to cure properly. But this is very pretty. I plan on doing a manicure coming up with 1 color on each finger. So stay tuned for that. I did not go in first with the base coat. I didn't want to waste my gel with just doing swatches. There we go. And as usual, I have a hair on the nail. I would say I don't know where they come from, but I have 2 cats. And the hair is just always in the air. Hair is in the air. What is going on there? I think I have a line cured on the nail somehow. There's the hair. All right. These two come out. This one goes in. Away with you. On to the bleu. The bleu. So, time for a little update with my life. As I said, I got a new job. For those of you who don't know, I am a pastry chef. I have worked for the past 10 years in the restaurant industry specifically, except for a brief 4 weeks where I worked in a bakery and then left very quickly because my boss was borderline abusive, if not outright abusive. And I wasn't about to subject myself to that. So I went back. I ended up working a few different jobs. That's not the point of this video. But anyway, so I've been in the restaurant industry for quite a while, and I felt like I needed a change. So while I'm still in the culinary industry, I've now gone back to working in a bakery. And today was day 3, and I absolutely love it. Almost as much as I love this color. But this one's a little semi-transparent also. We'll have to build up that opacity because I specifically wanted full opacity colors. But I digress. Yeah, so I've been working for this new company for the past 3 days and unexpectedly doing the opening baking shift, which starts at 4 a.m. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you know I frequently don't usually go to bed before 2 o'clock in the morning. So to have to get up to be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning, I didn't think I'd be able to do it. But I'm actually surprisingly loving it. Have to be up at 3, which means usually I have to be in bed. I should, to get a full 8 hours, I should be in bed by going in with my second coat here by 7. But let's face it, that's never going to happen. It's just not realistic. For most people, it's not realistic, let alone a self-professed night owl. So I'm usually in bed by 8, and I turn off the TV at 9. And ironically, I feel like I'm getting more sleep because for whatever reason, maybe my circadian rhythms just fall out, that I'm getting the right amount of deep sleep, even though I'm not getting the full 8 hours. So it seems to be going well so far, and I'm loving the work. I love the company, and hopefully things will turn out really well. They seem to be so far. So that's been my days. It's 4:19 right now, which means I should be getting ready to eat dinner soon. What's up with all y'all? What's new in your lives? What's going on? Are you ready for spring to be blossoming? That happens this weekend. Still not used to the fact that we pushed the clocks ahead. Feels very weird that it's still dark out at 7 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it's starting to get light at 7 o'clock in the morning, but it still feels a lot earlier than it is. coat too. So some of these colors, the consistency is a lot thicker. This one specifically, as well as the reddish mauve. It's definitely not a red like I thought it was out of the bottle. But it's settling quite nicely. I am getting a little bit of streaking, but I think that's more consistency than anything else. And it, like I said, it does level out. Okay, so this is the Fiote line. They're all absolutely stunning. I love them all. And if you pair them next to their colors, you can see that the bottles exactly match. It's not gonna line up. Well, actually they don't exactly match. This is a lot more pinky red. This is a lot more bluer red. But everything else is pretty much spot on. I'm not gonna lie, I do actually like the color that's on the bottle of this one a little bit better. We'll see how it looks when I actually put it on my hand, but so that's a Fiote line. We're going to do a quick switch and head on to from the nail to the nail. So which one should I start out with? Let's start with the syrup gel. And this one, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say that again. Yeah, so it does have somewhat of a weird smell to it, I'm not gonna lie. Can't even really discern what it is. Do not put it up to your nose, it's kind of not pleasant. So that's the first pass. It's kind of like a burnt umber. So I'm gonna cure that. I'm gonna do this one for 60 seconds since it is a syrup gel, semi-transparent. And I'm going to move on to the next one, which is kind of like a muted brown. I say muted because even though it's fully opaque, but it's almost as if it has some white mixed into it. Just going to ignore the hair that's on this nail as well. And that's fully opaque with one coat. And we'll do a 90-second cure with that one. Moving on to Zigreen. I'm gonna remove the hair first, or attempt to. This kind of reminds me of a dip powder that I have. It might actually be called Sage by West Coast Dips. And onto another very similar blue to the Peyote, which I didn't want to do, but I did. It happens. It looks different online, and then you get it and it's exactly the same. So with the syrup gels, you can definitely build up the opacity. There are some colors where, I don't know if it's glass colors or if it's another type of semi-transparent color where the opacity is the opacity. You can put on as many coats as you want and it's not going to get any darker. But these are not those. You can definitely build up the opacity if you want. And I think I might actually do a third coat and see what it looks like. I like it kind of like this too, but I'd like to see what a third coat is going to look like. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my third coat. It definitely wouldn't do more than 3 coats. You don't want to build up the thickness of the nail so much that it becomes bulky. But I think 3 coats definitely is the sweet spot with this color. When I put the first coat on, I thought it was a little too much like a yellow ochre. It has a lot of yellow in it, which would not be good on my skin tone. I think it would make me look kind of jaundiced. So adding that third coat really brings out the brown and mutes the yellow. And I think this one's actually quite stunning. I would love to do kind of like a brown on brown. Do maybe the syrup gel with a brown design over it and see how that looks. My uncle was an artist and he did some paintings that were white on white and black on black that I absolutely love. They're some of my favorite paintings that he's done, that anyone's done. These would actually make a very nice manicure together also. I love the muted tones. I'd say kind of pastel-y. So we're gonna wait for the other one to come out of the lamp, and then I'm going to put the bottles next to these swatches and we'll move on to Myth Millow. And here we are, all 4 colors side by side with their bottles. Definitely a completely different vibe from Fiote. Bow off. A lot brighter, obviously. Same quality though. I don't have a problem with either one. They're a little bit thicker than I'm generally used to. Definitely with Madame Glam. I think Madame Glam is a bit of a thinner consistency. But I think that can be good and bad. It really depends on how you, if it's something that you can easily get used to. The color payoff is well worth it though. But like I said, the only thing I'm a little disappointed in is the fact that I got two really similar colors. And I can kind of do the same thing that I had suggested with these two, do kind of like a tone on tone and see if they play well together. Would be able to accent it with a little bit of white to help it stand out a little bit more, but it might be interesting to play around with it. So this is Fiote, this is from the nail, and now we're going to move on to Myth Millow. All right, moving on to Myth Millow. I'm gonna start with the pink. I did prep my flat brush with a little bit of base gel just to be able to pick up the color a little bit more easily. So let's test the consistency out first. Definitely a lot thicker than the Light Elegance. We'll see how it goes on the nail. Hairs. Damn you. It's a bit difficult to pick up on the brush. You do really have to dig into the palette. That being said, it does not move on the nail. Once it is where you want it, that's where it's staying unless you move it again. Which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. It's not going to self-level. But you can get a really deliberate application. I think these would be a lot of fun to ombre with, or do like a peekaboo nail where you fade the glitter into a more opaque color. So I'll have to try that at some point as well. But for right now, I'm going to cure the first layer, move on to the next color, and then we will go and do a second layer for each color. This would be really pretty as a peekaboo nail with this color. Putting that on the list of future manicures to come. Oh, that one's pretty. Kind of like the finer glitter a little bit more than the chunky glitter. It goes on, I'm finding, a little bit more smoothly and evenly. If only I could do it without getting hairs embedded, that would be lovely. But I love that the multicolored aspect of it. You've got some gold, some purple, some blue. There are a few gold chunky flakes in there, or glitters rather, but they're mostly micro glitters, which I really love. All right, gonna cure that and move on to second coat of the other nails. So these are the colors. Starting with the Fiote, going on to the Myth Millow, and then finishing off with from the nail, F-Gel. I cannot be happier with these colors. I could, however, be happier with the top coat that I chose to use. For whatever reason, I'm not going to name the brand because I don't know if it's an issue with the brand or if it's an issue with my my lamp. It is charging at the moment. You can use your lamp while it's charging, but I found that when I do, doesn't seem to cure as well. So I have to remember not to do that in the future. But I used a no wipe top coat. It was still tacky. I tried cleansing the nail, still tacky. So I ended up using another top coat. But that's not what this video is about. It's about the colors, it's about the gel, it's about the brands, which I'm absolutely in love with. If I could change anything, it would be to have a color behind the glitters because they don't really pop as well without it. Although now that I'm looking at the phone with a video playback, it looks a lot better on the phone than it does in person. But I still do think that I would actually put a color behind it so that the glitters pop a little bit more. But like I said, do look for a manicure with these colors coming up, and then I will also be doing a manicure with from the nail. And that's going to conclude this video. If you have any comments or questions, please put them down in the comment section below. Thinking maybe I should have done the tips matte so that you could see what they look like, but you may just have to use your imagination or do it glossy. But yeah, all the information will be down in the comment section below. Give me a like and a subscribe and hit that bell so that you're notified when new videos drop. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.